Welcome to Dolly Talk. This is Dolly. How is everybody? Sorry, I was 3 minutes late. It's not like me. I got distracted. I was watching some Maricopa County arraignment videos. It's kind of interesting. Apparently, pleading with the judge doesn't work well. So, Brad, Scott, how you doing? Hey, Demon's Wrath. Well, the picture looks very different than what he actually looks like. I'll show you in a sec. But he's in Michigan as well. Hey, Puddin' Way. I know. Hi, Sasha. How are you? Mafka's here. Johnny. Justin. I was watching Cat, watching the ASAP trial. It's a shit show. Still. I haven't followed it too closely, but it looks like a disaster. Okay, so let's do some more for now. Landlord Court. See how that goes, and then we might watch something else. We'll see. But yeah, it's this guy, Jeffrey Middleton. I just want to see Meg.
Yeah, Amanda, you're going to have to hang up or Morgan, you're going to have to hang up your phone.
I did.
All right, good. Now, let me give you a correct name there. Good morning, Mr. Afternoon, Mr. Bradshaw.
Afternoon, Your Honor.
Good morning, Meg. Or afternoon.
Hi, Judge. Hope you're having a good Monday.
Okay, so far. All right, we've got esteemed Mr. John Bradshaw with us. His firm's got most of our cases, and we've got the manager at one of the places, and we've got Chrissy Collins of Arbor Hills, and we have Morgan Griffith here. We had a little rigmarole to get her in, but she is here. It's one of Mr. Bradshaw's cases. St. Joe River LDHA,
Interesting.
which is Edgewater Apartments, I think,
It is.
versus Morgan Griffith. The file number here is 2539LT. I was hoping if I stalled around long enough, somebody else may join us, but I'll just get right to it. Ms. Griffith, you're a tenant in a landlord-tenant proceeding, and they're asking that you pay the...
How is that the judge in the thumbnail? How old is that pic? It's like 15 years old. It's like when he was like first made a judge or something. I was looking for a better picture of him like currently. But all the ones were like not very good quality or weird angles. So I thought it'd be just kind of funny to like do this super. Yeah, he looks like a baby lawyer. He looks so different now.
rent or move. As such, you have certain rights. You have the right to hire an attorney if you wish. If you can't afford one, you can seek assistance from legal aid or other source. And Attorney Megan Bauer is here from legal aid here this afternoon. You have a right to have the case heard here in St. Joseph County, where the property is located. You have a right to demand a jury trial. No one's ever done that, but it might happen someday. If you demand a jury trial, you have to do it at this first hearing or be prepared to file a written demand within 5 days and pay the $50 jury demand fee. Unless the judge waives that fee because of your inability to pay it. Your landlord has asked you to be evicted from a residential property because you haven't paid rent. you may be able to get assistance from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, a local coordinated agency. In our area, that's Neighborhoods, Inc., Housing Assessment and Resource Agency, Community Action Agency. I think I actually had them reversed. Or if you're a veteran, you may be eligible for some veterans programs. You do not need a judgment against you to receive that help. The summons and complaint that you have received are sufficient, despite what DHS tells everybody. You may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord by going through mediation, community dispute resolution. If both parties are agreeable, the court can help set that up. You may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord that would mean the case would get dismissed, in which case Mr. Bradshaw would prepare what's called a conditional order of dismissal, and that could resolve the case. So let's talk about this case. This is a non-payment of rent case. Your rent is $460 per month, and it's alleged to be behind.
60.
Mr. Bradshaw, what's the current arrearage?
Your Honor, the current amount due through the month of February, ma'am, is $1,863. There's $182.44 in court costs. So again, the total due through February is $2,045.44. As the court stated, I'm happy to do a conditional dismissal with you, giving you an opportunity to try to get that paid without a judgment.
Thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I haven't seen you in a while.
I know.
One of our friends from Adult PS is here to help us in a case in a bit. Somebody's logged in as Shayna Anderson. Are you here from Edgewater?
Yes, I am. I'm Daniel Hartley.
Brendan?
All right. They say you haven't paid the rent since October. Miss Griffith, what's going on here?
Well, I had lost my job back in September,
Ah, God damn it.
and I spent months looking for jobs, applying to jobs, and was having no luck.
Just screwed me over.
It just was not working out for me. I reported that I had no job and no income, but I was told that Edgewater wasn't accepting that, which was completely fine. But I was just had no luck finding another job and didn't have another way to pay my rent.
Have
Have you found a job yet?
Yes, I'm working and I have the money to pay through January.
All right. Well, that's a good start.
Because the court papers said $940 and I do have that.
All right. Yeah, that was at that time.
That was last month.
I tried to pay it last week,
All
but
right,
I wasn't able to.
Let's see if we can make this work. The law requires that I adjourn this matter at least 7 days. Mr. Bradshaw and Meg, I apologize. I'm going on a trip, and it's going to take some Fridays and Mondays.
Oh, boy.
This is when it becomes relevant.
God damn it,
I'm
Judge.
gone the 10th and the 14th, and the 17th is President's Day. So that's the next 3 available court days, which would take us to 2 weeks to February 21st.
Am I invited, Judge?
What we would say then, Ms. Griffin, is you would have 10 more days from that day to pay the rent. Mr. Bradshaw, does that day work for you, Friday, February 21st?
I'm sure we could make it work. I think I'm gone, but I think somebody could make it work. On the other hand, we could just build in that you'd have 10 days from that date, ma'am, to get this amount paid. It's the amount that would be due through February again, which means that during that 10-day period, March is going to become due. I can't really build that in.
Judge is going to Hito.
What I could do is just state that, Your Honor, that this is the amount that's due through February, $2,045.44, that it must be paid by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, by March 3rd, and I can propose additional dismissal.
Okay. Or we could just do it through February 28th.
I could
Do
do
by
that.
March 3rd.
If I may, I'm not trying to overstep. How did
Too late.
it go to 2,400 something?
Well, it was at the time of filing through October, it was 940. And so now we've added November, December, January, and February. Rent through paid October. Yeah, it was 940 at the time you got the complaint served on you, but that was only through October. So rent is $460 per month, November, December, January, February. 460 times 4 is 1840. We had 1863, so there's something else is in there, but
Two $10 late fees.
all right.
Ma'am, are you trying to catch flies?
I live in income-based housing though, so if I didn't have a job, I'm not sure if I reported that I didn't have a job, how I was still.
All right,
being
well, let's
treated.
talk about that. Ms. Bauer is here, and she's from legal aid. You may have an issue that your rent should have been recalculated during the months you weren't working.
I'll help you, Toots.
Do you know when you reported that, ma'am?
I don't.
You don't remember when you told them you didn't have a job?
No, I don't.
You don't remember when you gave me
Well,
that
was
excuse?
it in November or December or after the first of
I
the
think
year?
it might have been. I think it might have been end of October, beginning of November.
Do you know how you told them?
I went into the office
Hey, Erica.
and they reached out to my previous employer, got proof that I wasn't working there anymore.
They had to prove you weren't working?
All right. The reason he asked is if you sent an email or a text or a letter, there'd be some written confirmation of what day it was. But
And
there's an
I
issue.
haven't.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, go ahead and interrupt the
Where were you
judge,
working?
sweetie.
I was working at Frankie's in Three Rivers. I was a server.
Is that a strip club?
And where do you work now?
I work for a home health agency.
And how long were you, when did you get that new job?
I got it in December.
Oh, ma'am. You're not making my
All
job
right,
any
so there may
easier.
be an issue regarding, no, who did you talk to
You
at
talking,
the complex?
My office manager at the
Do
office.
you know his or her name?
Daniel.
Okay, talk to Daniel, all right.
Yeah. It's $250 now.
All right, John, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do a conditional order of dismissal. There's some issues here.
Not today. Maybe I could get you their contact information. There's a possibility you'll talk with legal aid and they'll accept your case, but just in case, is it possible I could get your contact information?
Yes, the problem is I need you all, but I'm going to put you
Oh, that's
all in a
nice of you,
breakout
Judge.
room for a minute while I advise the others of their rights.
Okay.
So I'll let you exchange that information. Ms. Griffith, I haven't been into Frankie's in a while, so I guess I didn't see you before you lost your job.
Damn it, I was looking for that
Seemed like
discharge.
you were working there when I was in there after they first opened. I'm gonna do a breakout room, and I want you to join it. Meg Bauer from Legal Aid will be there. She'll stay with you and get some information. Also, Mr. Bradshaw is going to get there, and he will get your information as well. So you join, and I will talk to the others while you guys are talking. All right. And then you're free to go after that. Oh, I'm going to reset this for January 21st at 10:30. Excuse me, February 21st. February 21. All right, everybody join.
Sorry, I was trying to keep her under me.
All right, Daniel, you may be in on that too. You're free to go and stay in contact with Mr. Bradshaw.
Oh, okay.
All right. All right, let's see who else we have. We have Rolando Colon Jr. We have Carrie Hughes.
I'm trying now.
Mitch Hughes, which case are you here on?
I'm here for the Stonehouse MRD cases. And Custer, sorry.
All right, so you're on Mr. Colon's case.
I don't think she has demons.
Christina Nicholas here?
Yeah, I'm here, Your Honor.
All right, by telephone?
Yes, sir. Sorry, I couldn't figure out the Zoom part.
I wish people would stop doing that. Let me give you a name.
Okay.
Hello?
Just don't do butt
Yes.
fucker 3000 apparently. He doesn't like that.
Hello?
All right, then I've got Jesse Moore. Who is that? Jesse Moore with no picture. Mr. Bradshaw has rejoined us. All right. Ms. Nicholas and Mr. Colon, let me take a moment and advise you of your rights as a tenant. Both of you are here in demand for non-payment of rent cases. And as such, you have certain rights. The law requires I tell everybody this, so I do it over and over again, but let's tell both of you at the same time. As a defendant in a landlord-tenant proceeding, in this case for non-payment of rent, you have the following legal rights. You have the right to obtain counsel for representation in this matter. If you cannot afford an attorney, a legal aid attorney may be available to help you. You have a right to a trial by a jury or by the court. If the action is for non-payment of rent, you may be eligible for assistance.
This is he. Can you hear me? Hello?
Well, who am I speaking to? What's your name?
I'm sorry. It's starting to freeze up on me. I'm
What's your name?
Colon Jr.
trying to. Can you hear me, sir?
This is the part where I work on my patience.
Hello?
What's your name?
Hello?
Hello?
Salvatore Colon. I feel like this judge wouldn't handle Zoom bombers very well.
Who am I speaking to?
Yes, Judge, this is Dusan Mandic.
Well, all right. You have a right to hire an attorney. If you cannot afford one, you may ask
Can you hear me?
legal aid. Yes. What's your name?
Jesse Moore?
Well, Jesse, be quiet and listen to what I'm saying. I can't see you. I can hear you, but I didn't know who you were. So listen to what I'm telling you. You have a right to have
Okay,
the case
Judge.
heard here in St. Joseph County where the property is located. You have a right
Jesse
to
Moore?
demand-
Yes, sir.
Mr. Moore, just be quiet, all right?
Stop listening to your radio, damn it.
All right. You have a right to demand a jury trial. If you want a jury trial, you must tell the court at this first appearance or make the demand in writing within 5 days on the jury demand form. And pay the $50 jury demand
I am
fee.
attempting to call in. I'm sorry, my
Jesse is the best.
Yes, is this Jesse Moore?
This is. I'm sorry. I am so
This is-
sorry.
All right.
I'm
All
The
right.
sorry.
app froze up on me.
Hang
Sorry,
up the other thing
The app
that you
froze up on
have.
me.
Hang up the other thing. Let me just
Hang up.
Okay. I am attempting to do so right now.
All right, I just did. And be quiet. Stop interrupting me and listen.
I am so sorry.
All right, so be quiet.
Yes, sir.
All right. We talked about the jury demand. You may be eligible for emergency financial housing assistance from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, a local coordinated entry agency, the Housing Assessment and Resource Agency, that is Neighborhoods, Inc., and they do have some limited funding, or Federal Help for Homeless Veterans programs. We sent you that information with the original packet of information. You do not need a judgment against you to receive help from the places listed above. A copy of the summons and complaint from your case are sufficient. You may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord by going through mediation, also known as local community dispute resolution. If both parties are interested, the court can help set that up. And if both parties can work some sort of agreement that the case would get dismissed, you can file what's known as a conditional order of dismissal, and that could resolve the case without further proceedings. All right, our 120 case is Ms. Nicholas, and she is by telephone only, which is not ideal, but it's better than nothing. So Ms. Nicholas, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you, all you can do is hear us?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're here. I look really good. Mr. Bradshaw's here. He looks really good too. But he's
I wish I could see
representing your apartment complex, and your manager is also present. Mr. Bradshaw, what's the arrearage here?
So, Your Honor, the amount that's needed through the month of through the month of February is $4,027. There's $200.50 in court costs. So the total due through February was $4227.50.
All right. Ms. Nicholas, do you agree with that?
Yes, Your Honor. And I have to tell you, my last name is not Nicholas. It's spelled wrong on this paperwork.
Well, let's
Just
see.
so you know.
It says here Nicholas. How is it spelled?
It's Nichols.
All right, thanks.
You're
Nichols,
welcome. Yes. Yes.
not
I'm gonna
Nichols.
look at the lease. Yeah.
Oh, makes back.
Well, it's wrong everywhere. The lease
Hey,
says
Lefty.
Nicholas, and that's just been carried through. All right, we'll try to correct that. And Ms. Hughes, you're from that complex?
Custer, yes.
Chrissy Collins should be, I think,
Yeah, Chrissy Collins is here.
on my I think she's a resident manager for me.
All right, so, what happened?
Well, I lost my job. My dad had passed away. I lost a couple people actually last year, and so I lost my job. And then I couldn't pay because I didn't have a job. I did work for Josie from September to December because she was a manager then. I actually cleaned a lot of apartments for her to help bring my rent down. And I just couldn't catch it up. So, yeah, here we are.
All right, yeah, Josie's no longer there.
Yeah.
One day she was there and then the next day she wasn't. All right, the law says I have to adjourn this matter at least 7 days. I apologize. We're going to have to.
The legal aid may be a good girl for you, Sal. Thank you, Lefty, for the super chat. I'm just hoping that is a woman. That's the only concern. We do look alike. So thank you very much, Lefty. Hope you're doing well.
Out farther than that, then you would get 10 days from that to pay the rent. So essentially, you're going to have the rest of February. But if you can't pay the rent, you may have to move. Is this income based?
No, it's not, Your Honor.
No, sir. I did apply for help through DHS. I just did that today.
All right, that'll help.
Security?
Hopefully.
Well,
is there other places? I'm sorry.
Yes, there's the Community Action Agency in Kalamazoo. There's also Neighborhoods Inc., which is our local housing resource recovery. Do you have a pen?
I do.
All right, I would recommend that you call Neighborhoods Inc. at 269-968-1113.
Okay.
Extension. Well, just call that number.
Okay.
And
Thank you
so
for
we're
that.
going to continue this to February 21st.
Okay. Okay.
At 10:40. I'm really.
Okay, and I'll, the whole Zoom part, like, so I can be in video, how do I do that?
Well, the instructions are on there. Everybody else seemed to figure it out. With the last lady, Miss Morgan, I ended up sending her an email and a link. I don't want to ask for your email address here on the live feed.
Why not?
But we'll send you a new notice.
Okay. Yeah, I tried to go over the instructions, but it just, it wasn't working. I don't know. It was just showing me, the prompts and steps, but it wasn't actually connecting me to anything.
The other lady had some issue with it also, but once you get the hang of it, it's okay. But there are still novices. And
yeah.
Even Meg figured it out.
We'll do the best we can. You can always come in live and in person. Anyway, keep your manager apprised of what's going on with the emergency financial ramifications. Now, what the law says, you have to pay the entire amount or you would be subject to being evicted. So let's say Neighborhood Inc. or DHS will give you $2,500. You'd still owe $1,700 more. So you have to pay the whole thing to make this go away. Of course, to further complicate things, March 1st, another month's rent would be due.
Right. I should be getting my taxes too. I don't know when I'm
going to get those. Yeah, that helps a lot.
Yes, so I plan on using that if I get them in time,
All right. Well, we're going to have another crack at this on February 21st at 10:40.
In the meantime, let me ask you, Chrissy, do you have Ms. Nichols' contact information, her phone number and email?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. I'll call you and get it. And ma'am, I'll be giving you a call.
Okay.
Lucky you.
All right, yeah, Mr. Bradshaw will discuss some options with you, but because I'm going to be gone and there's a government holiday in there, we end up getting this bumped out 18 days, which is good because you're going to need some time for DHS. All right, you're good to go. Ms. Collins, so are you?
I'm good to go, sir.
Yes, you are. Mr. Bradshaw.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay,
All
thank
right.
you.
Mr. Chevernak will be with you in a minute here. Mr. Florian, you as well. White Pigeon, no, wait a minute. Custer Apartments, which still, I guess, involves Kerry Hughes and Rolando Colon. This is a non-payment of rent case also. Mr. Bradshaw, what's the arrearage here?
Thank you, Your Honor. So the current amount due, Mr. Colon, through the month of February is $2,142.95. There's $188.74 in court costs. So the total due through February is $2,331.69.
Yes, junior high.
Mr. Colon, you agree with that?
Hi.
No.
Yes. Hi.
All right, what's your position?
I just made a payment on the first of $1,137.
You need help?
Give me that again.
$1,137 on the first.
Very
I just
good.
paid.
Probably hasn't posted yet.
No. Well, you paid that on Saturday. You showed that, Carrie, yet?
Yes, I have it posted.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Carrie, what do you show the current amount due so we're all on the same page?
The 2,331.69 minus 1,137.95.
Okay, so if I take what
Let me
I
do that again. 2,142.95 minus
I can I can tell y'all the current balance.
All right, well, just a minute.
Meg is
I
above
don't
me.
move too fast, so my apologies. 2,142.95 minus 1,137. Is that right?
That's what I've got. For 1,595.
What could go wrong?
1,595, 1,005.95 plus 188.74.
I have 1,193.74.
1,194.69.
What I've got.
All right. So, Mr. Colon, it looks like you made a big dent on this. Is it your intention to pay this?
Oh, yes, sir. In 2 weeks. I just started my job. I informed MRD on the 20th that I just got a job and I'll be able to start paying. I'll
Where's
be
your
able to
new
pay all
job?
that. Michigan rotation mode.
Carrie approves.
Is that Centerville?
No, Constantine. It's like 4-minute walk from my house.
Very good.
Righteous.
Yes. I walk in the rain,
We're
snow, all
going to
that.
adjourn this until February 21st. At 10:50. If you paid it off, we don't even need to deal with it. Do you have a
Oh, I
tax
have it paid
refund
off.
coming too?
Not right now.
Me neither. I have
You
a
said
tax
February
bill.
21st at 10.
$10.50.
And then,
I'll
Carrie,
pay that off before that.
Carrie, do you have Mr. Collins' contact information?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great, thanks.
Mr. Bradshaw may be contacted you to discuss this, perhaps file a conditional order of dismissal.
Exactly.
And I direct you to stay in contact with the manager. But if you pay the rest of this, the total is $1,194.69. That would get you squared away through the month of February.
That's my current balance right now?
$1,005.95 plus $188.74. So through February, you owe $1,194.69.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
No.
All right, you're good to go.
Okay, thank you.
All right, now let me see who I got here. I've got several lawyers, and I'll remove Mr. Cologne.
Aw.
He's gone.
Let's try small claims. He had this a couple hours ago. What do you think, Junior?
Jeanette Mercer, I'm Amber Wadsworth.
You're Amber Wadsworth. All right, well, let's go ahead and do that one. Miss, will you give her a hand? Miss Mercer, will you come up? Miss Wadsworth, will you come over and have a seat? I should remember you, but I have my glasses on, but, help you? This is discovery. No, she sits on the other side. So thank you.
Oh, God.
Thank you.
This file is an old file. It's 221122SC. It's entitled Jeanette Mercer versus Amber Wadsworth. The claim was for $2,311. We had a trial, and I found Miss Wadsworth responsible for $1,466 plus costs for a total of $1,549.65. Miss Mercer has been attempting to collect on that debt since that time. We had a hearing in December of 22, December of 23, July of 24, every 6 months. Ms. Mercer has filed a discovery subpoena once again. I got a letter from Miss Wadsworth, whose name is now Gibson, saying that I've been trying to make my payments. I'll read the letter as it's written. It was date stamped January 14th. My name is Amber Gibson. I have a case number under Amber Wadsworth, 221122SC. I'm writing you because I recently returned to work and started making payments to Jeanette Mercer as I'm supposed to. I mailed the first payment in December, and I just had it returned to me by the post office, where the mail lady wrote that Jeanette refused to accept it. I'm writing because I'm not trying to get in any trouble with the court for non-payment. But if she is refusing payment, I don't know what to do. I have the mail that she returned with a sticker from the post office that says return to sender, where the mail lady wrote she refused. I have the picture of the envelope. I've included a picture of the envelope. All right. So Miss Wadsworth or Miss Gibson, do you swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief?
I do.
So you returned to work where?
I'm currently working at Speedway and White Pigeon.
And you sent a check in December. How much was it
It
for?
was for $40.
But because it was returned, you didn't then send a January check.
Correct. I still have the money for that, but I wasn't sure what to do because the first one, which is right here, got returned. The mail lady said she refused it. And so with her not accepting it, I didn't know what to do. So I was waiting to hear from
So
her.
do you have December and January with you?
Here's December's. January's is when I get my paycheck, it's supposed to hit tonight so I can have it because I used it for diapers since I was waiting.
Miss Mercer, did you get a check did you get an envelope?
I received a letter, which I thought it was another sob story.
So you
So
didn't
that's
know.
why I refused it. But I took it back to the post office. I didn't talk to any mail lady. I just took it back and refused it. And that's the only one.
All right, so now you're wasting my time. You come in here twice a year complaining that she hasn't paid your money. She's
didn't
tried
know
to
that's
pay
what it
the
was.
money and you sent it back.
I didn't know that's what it was. It was just it was in an envelope with my address. It didn't have anything about money.
All right, so let me see it.
Every time that I've mailed her, it's exactly like this. The money order inside a piece of paper.
See, that's the only one she's ever sent me. She's never
I
sent
have
me
my
one.
receipts from previous where I mailed it and it's looked just
Never
like
sent me
that.
any.
Well, there's a $48 money order. Laura, would you come in here, please?
Right?
When will you make your next payment?
It will be this week that I can make the next one and next week I can have February's made.
All right. Just photocopy this check, just the front.
Okay.
In February before the end of the month?
Yes.
The last time she paid 20 and then 40, and she had the receipts, so she had paid some previous payments. Then she paid 60. So we made a determination that there was an additional cost of $120.92. So Ms. Mercer, do you have a current amount that's due?
No.
All right, would you give that to Ms. Mercer? So there's a $40 check, a certified money order you can pay. All right. So $60. So 100 has been paid. So that would be 1,449.65. Plus the cost from July, for $120.92. Equals 1,570.57 is current balance. Defendant will pay $40 by February 15th. $40 by February 28th. And then March payment is due. Ms. Gibson, do you expect a tax refund or anything?
I have child support arrearages that they'll be taken for.
All right. Well, I thought as if you got a refund or something, you want to just get this over with.
Your Honor, I do have 2 other receipts that were not on record that I made payments to her.
When are those?
They are for 12/6/24 and 2/1 of 24.
I think I counted those.
Okay.
No, I don't have those. How much were those?
One was for $40 and the other one was for $15.
So that's 55. Minus 55 is 1,515.57. That's the amount due. Total due 1,515.57. $40 by the 15th of the month and another $40 by the 28th.
Yes, sir.
And she got $40 today. So if all that comes out, it'll be $120 this month, and that will help to chip away at this. All right, Ms. Gibson, why don't you go first, then I'll let you go, Ms. Mercer.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Letson, through the good graces of the Noble County Sheriff, we have Stephen Burr with us. All right, Ms. Mercer, $120 this month. That will help, I'm sure. All right, you're free to go.
Thank you.
What's your name, sir?
David Davis.
Okay. That case has about 10 pages of notes. They're mad at each other.
Somebody left their keys there.
Thank you.
Well, that's one thing. You can't get too far without your keys.
Okay, so that's janitor supplies in the bottom right.
All right. Let's shift gears to our landlord-tenant docket.
Or syrup. Hope she's not Canadian.
We have two grand rental cases. We have Grand Rental versus James Roy Thomas and Grand Rental versus Stephen Burr. Mr. Stephen Burr is here from the Noble County Jail, and we're going to address that case first.
You know you're a winner in life when you're at jail and you have to go to civil court. Excuse me, guard. I got a court appointment. Can I use your Zoom? I mean, the liquids I kind of want to drink.
All right, this is file number 242065SC. It's entitled Grand Rental Station versus Stephen Burr. This has to do with balance for rental due, not returning when due, fees, labor, time, fuel, ball replacement. We'll get into that in a bit.
He looks like
First of all, let me explain how this works. We're in the small claims division of 3B District Court. The rules are more relaxed than regular court. We don't strictly follow the rules of evidence or procedure. Neither party is allowed to have an attorney. There is no formal record being made of the proceedings, and there is no appeal from small claims court. Any decision made here is final. If either party wishes to remove the matter from the small claims division to the general division, you have to tell me now before we start. Otherwise, any decision here is final. Ms. Letson, is that acceptable to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Burr?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to ask you to please both raise your right hand. You swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Letson, what's your position at Grand Rental?
Assistant, a little bit of everything.
All right, they need to give you a better title because I ask you this question every time. How about
store bit?
We'll see. All right, how did you come up with this figure for Mr. Burr in the amount of $1,242.88?
So the rental fee for the not returning it and it being empty on the back side of the paper.
All right, what was it?
It was a Bobcat. He rented it for 24 hours and it didn't get returned within 24 hours.
Was he trying to break out of jail?
And there were problems with it. When was it rented?
It was rented on October 11th of 2023.
When was it returned?
It was returned on October 27th of 2023 when they had to go and pick it up, Your Honor.
Party backyard.
Where did you get it?
That address. I know it was over on M80, I think it is, or M60.
And there was some damage to it. The ball was missing?
The ball that he rented to haul it with on the trailer, we picked it up at 17536 M60 in Three Rivers. Over between Three Rivers and Centerville.
Well, M60 doesn't run to Three Rivers.
86, sorry. M86.
God.
Okay. And the ball was missing and the other fees are your fuel and labor to go get it?
Yes, Your Honor.
How did you find out where it was?
Yeah,
I do believe when we contacted the police, they found it and we met them over there to pick it up.
You don't have GPS trackers on him?
Mr. Burr, what's your position?
I own a tree service, my own tree service, owner of the company.
Clearly successful. You're in jail.
And did you rent this and then you were unable to return it?
I did rent it, and it was for originally, long story short, it was originally for 24 hours. I found out it was cheaper to rent it weekly, so I rented it for a week. I contacted Grand Central and told them that I'd probably be needing it for another week because I was doing a logging job on the property that it was picked up from. There's some miscommunication there. She had tried to contact me Friday, I believe it was, and a Saturday. I was out in the woods working, didn't get the voicemail till Monday when they contacted the police and they thought I had stolen it, which was not the case. Obviously I should have had a contract with the homeowner, which I didn't. So, I am.
Where was the project
It was on 86 where they had picked it up.
Where at?
I don't know the address right offhand. It was just right outside of Three Rivers on 86 on the left-hand side, north side of 86.
All right, so you weren't there. They came and got it.
Correct.
Have you paid the bill?
I have not paid the bill. The homeowner had told me that they're going to take care of it, and obviously I didn't follow through. That's my responsibility.
Who was the homeowner? You remember?
Oh gosh,
Been so long ago as
I'm not
a
prepared.
Guff, I believe.
Who?
Guff.
Guff.
Guff was the last name.
Duff.
Was a female. She was she was a truck driver. She wasn't there very often, and so.
Why are you in the Noble County Jail?
Thank
Probation violation, Your Honor.
Do you have an out date?
May 28th. And I would like to comment that I do plan on paying this back because I am a small business and I do work in the community in St. Joseph County. And I am trying to build my business up, and I guess, it's my responsibility. I didn't follow through to see if this bill was paid. My apologies for that, ma'am. And I do plan on paying it, so.
When you get out, will you be back at 219 Susan Street?
No, sir. I'll be on Sunny.
Okay, yes, he has 3 months to go before he gets out, but just think of all the networking he can do while in jail. All the people he can meet, all the business opportunities. The world's only going up for him after.
Street in Sturgis. I don't know the address right offhand. I'm still kind of working on that as, before I get out. So we could put my father's address for a mailing address.
All right, what is that?
208 South Nottawa, Sturgis, Michigan. And I would like to be able to say within a couple months I could have that paid, if not sooner. That's giving me some leeway.
Well, you got to get out and get your feet back on the ground. What are
Yes.
you on probation for?
Possession of methamphetamine.
That seems to be the thing. That's what our other guy is down there for.
Yeah.
Do you know the other St. Joe County guy?
I didn't catch his name. I'm a trustee up here, so I'm not in the back with the other guys.
His name is Mr. McKenzie, but all right. It sounds like you're going to make this right. I find
He's very trustworthy.
that the amount owed is accurate.
Yes, sir. I'd like to hope that once this is paid, I can still do business with this company because it is a rental place, but I understand if they don't want to do any business with me, so I guess we'll.
Well, I do business with them, I don't know, several times a year.
They're very good people.
Just go ahead and reincorporate under a
versus
different
Burr, I find damages the amount of $1,240, $288, $66.25, and costs for a total judgment of $1,309.13. Mr. Burr, when you get out in May or early June,
yes, sir.
I would suggest you either call them or stop over there and see if you can set up some sort of payment plan.
Okay.
Anything further?
No.
No,
All
Your
right,
Honor, thank you.
All right, good luck to you. And again, thank you to the Noble County Jail. They've been very helpful.
All right.
All right, you can get on about your business. Thanks. All right, Miss Letson, the trick there was finally finding the guy. Once we did, he was pretty cooperative. Let's see, I've got
Yes, Your
somebody
Honor.
here by telephone. Let's see who this is. What'd you say your name was?
Samson.
James
Sir?
Thomas.
All right, well, here's Mr. Thomas. He's a little late, but he is here. This is Grand Rental versus James Roy Thomas. Mr. Thomas, you weren't here in a timely manner, so you didn't hear my instructions. Let me go through them again. You're here on a small claims matter, and the rules are different. They're more relaxed in small claims than they are general small claims, or general civil court. There's no record being made of small claims proceedings. There is no appeal from a small claims proceeding. We don't strictly follow evidence rules or procedural rules. They're more relaxed, but the parties are under oath. Either party has the right to remove the case from the small claims division to the general division of the court, where you could have a lawyer and an appeal and a record. But you have to tell me before we begin. Once we begin here, any decision is final. Ms. Letson, you agree?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Thomas, you agree?
Yes, sir.
All right. This is a claim for not a huge amount of money, $753.04. Mr. Thomas rented some equipment and allegedly did not return it in a timely manner, and they had to go pick it up. Ms. Letson, what are we talking about in this case?
He rented a concrete mixer.
On what date?
On September 5th of 2024.
For how long?
For 24 hours.
When did you get it back?
We had to pick it up. We picked it up in
And when was that?
2024.
What day?
September 17th of 2024.
Well, you said he rented it on September 25th.
Nope, September 5th, Your Honor.
5th, okay. 05. And you picked it up on September 17th.
Yes, Your Honor.
So this 753.04 reflects additional rental cost and the cost of labor to go get it. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Thomas, what's your position?
I guess I made a mistake. I had a friend that hired me to do that job, and it was going to cost him $8,000. So I told him I'm retired and I'm familiar with it. So I went and got a few guys, and he sent me out to buy everything with his truck and give me the money. And stupid me did not draw up a contract. But the lady that owned the place there, I talked to her when I was bragging, how I got this job to do. And before the job was over, I didn't realize the guy was a drunk. He run us all off one day after I just got done with the pour. He ran me and our three guys off and told me to never come back. So I used his vehicle and everything thinking that, he was going to do the right thing. He basically I messed up. So I'm willing to pay the $50 a month until it's paid off, but somehow I got to get back out to Lamar because I didn't realize he was a drunk. He starts drinking and don't stop.
Call it good. All right.
Okay.
If you're willing to pay. Where was the job?
It was in Flower Field.
Would you like the address, Your Honor?
No, I don't need it. He acknowledges that he owes $753.04 $63.50 in filing fee and $71.07 in service fee for a total judgment of $887.61.
At least we know we aren't getting
Payable
a
at $50 per month. Starting, can we start February 15th?
How long? Next Thursday, I'll have the $50, or this coming Thursday.
All right, well, all right, we'll go with February 15th. The 15th.
Do I make them at the courthouse or?
No, you make
place?
them at Grand Rental.
All right, I won't miss. I know if you don't
If you
remember
get a
me.
tax refund or something, you can pay it all sooner.
Yeah, see, I'm 68 years old. I'm retired and I'm on disability, or I would pay the whole thing off because I don't like owing anybody. And like I said, I made a mistake. Go ahead.
Well,
Sorry.
you say you're 68, like that's old.
No.
I'm older than that.
Really?
So I don't think 68 was that old. So,
yeah,
yes. All right, Ms. Letson, he's going to pay $50 a month
I'm 69
starting February
years old.
15th and the 15th of each month thereafter. And so, Mr. Thomas, lesson learned.
Yes,
get
sir.
it in writing.
Yes, sir.
And,
Thank you.
Return the stuff on time. All right, you're good to go. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Your Honor.
All right, is that all of our grand rental cases for today?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Well, we did better today than we usually do. First of all, we found both. You found both of the people, and they're both willing to pay.
That's the good
All
thing.
right, thank you. I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right, next we're going to call David Nieves versus Jorge Medina Lopez. Mr. Nieves, we have a seat right here. Well, you got to see a little bit about how small claims works.
Yeah. Where's Grand Rental at?
What?
Where's Grand Rental?
It's right on 131 on the edge of Three Rivers.
He was born in 1955, so that makes him 70. Wait, 55. So that's 45 plus 25, 50 plus 20, 70. Yeah, okay.
Couple doors down from Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Between the Admiral Station and Dairy Queen. They've been there for a long time. Well, the first thing, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. You swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief.
Yes.
This is a claim for quite a bit of money for small claim standards, $5,300. Mr. Nieves.
Wait, how much?
This is a claim for quite a bit of money for small claim standards, $5,300. Mr. Nieves did a loan to Mr. Medina. Who drew up this loan for you?
I did. I went to,
I knew I could
think
be
it
a
was
lawyer.
Law Direct or something. I found it on Google and kind of got a hard copy and just filled in the blanks basically.
Well, you did a pretty good job. People often come in here with either nothing in writing or something on the back of a napkin or something somebody wrote on their forearm. This is a legitimate loan agreement for $9,800 payable at weekly rent. I'm not sure how much. Anyway, it's been paid except for $5,300. Is that correct?
Correct.
Well, after some rigmarole, Mr. Medina was served And he agrees that he owes the money
That's good.
and agrees to pay at $300 per month, starting February 21st. Is that acceptable to you?
Yeah, but I mean, the way I see it, I mean, if I have to pay interest in my vehicles, well, I sold him a vehicle. That's why he owes me the money. I mean, if I pay interest on my vehicles, I mean, I think he should do the same. I mean,
well, let me see. I don't know that your thing had loan interest was. It doesn't say what the interest is.
I don't think there was an interest in there.
Well, then I don't know that that's enforceable.
I think I read there was a $100 late fee, but that was
yeah. So was that included in your $5,300?
It wasn't.
Well, I can't change it.
I mean, I'm not worried about it.
All right, well, he agreed to this figure. If he was here, we could haggle about it, but he isn't. So he agrees he owes $5,300 plus costs for a total of $5,446, payable at $300 per month, starting February 21.
So how would that work? I mean,
he's going to send you a check, a certified check or money order, or I guess he can give you $300 cash on the 21st of each month, starting February 21st. If he does not pay, you can do what's called a discovery subpoena to compel him to come to court. That's what the first lady, Miss Mercer, did. She brings that other lady in every 6 months to try to compel her to pay. And it's worked because she has started to pay something. So if he doesn't pay on February 21st, you can come to the court and ask for a discovery subpoena. Now, it's a little difficult because he lives in Indiana.
Yeah.
And he accepted service and filed an answer, so we have jurisdiction over him. So I guess the contract was good, had a late fee in it, but it didn't have an interest rate. But he agrees he owes you $5,300 plus costs, $4,546.25. Your first check should come on or before February 21st. I asked the magistrate to take you out to the counter, and the clerk will give you a copy of this order.
Okay.
And hopefully you'll get $300 a month.
Is
That's
this the
going to take.
one you're talking about?
Yep. All right, you're good to go.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Yours looks better than mine. All right, she'll meet you out at the counter.
Thank you.
All right, that completes our day. I've got some notes to make here for tomorrow morning's arraignments, but we'll stop the live stream and the record, and we'll be back tomorrow morning unless an emergency happens.
We have for your signature 5 official designations.
Sorry. Let's see if we got another quick one. One's pretty quick.
What's that? So did you ever leave, or did you?
I did.
Back? Yeah.
Got all over the place. Well, I originally set this at 4 because I thought he was working. Then he wasn't, so I apologize. I would have just set it in a regular time schedule. Hi. We're back for our final hearing of the day. This is a sentencing in the matter of Peter Dillon, somebody while intoxicated back in August. He entered a plea to impaired driving. The matter was set for sentencing, but our probation agent was unable to contact him because his phone didn't answer or a message was full or something. So we rescheduled the matter for today. He's here with his lawyer, Mr. Tim George. Prosecutor's not present. I'm not sure they intend to come for this one. It's 2 minutes early, but let's see.
Did a nice job in the report, kind of giving the court a full sense of what's going on. My client is employed. I know he told the court that he's kind of working a lot, and he's young and still can do that. But, in this case, it's kind of an interesting situation. Obviously, whenever there's any type of drinking and driving offense, there's always that risk to public safety that's inherent in that. And, my client acknowledges what he did was wrong. And, fortunately, it wasn't a worse situation. But kind of taking the actual facts of the case into context, this was a circumstance where he was pulled over for disregarding a stop sign and then was a 0.08 on the blood draw. The impaired driving in and of itself would be a presumptively fines and costs case.
We saw this before. Sorry, guys. All right. Here we go. Maybe this one.
And once again, thank you for saying good morning. 30, we're not doing very well. One of the defendants is Desiree Marie Wing. One of the defendants, 2 defendants in 3 cases. We have 2 defendants in 3 cases set for sentencing at 10:30. We're not doing very well. One of the defendants is Desiree Marie Wing, file 241116 ST, statute traffic, and 241896 ST, statute traffic. Ms. Wing is represented by attorney Paul Gibson. He had contacted the court by email earlier this morning indicating that the defendant couldn't get here this morning. She has a history of not appearing. So Mr. Gibson and I made a record just a minute ago outside the live stream indicating that we would attempt to do it at 4 o'clock this afternoon. He is already scheduled to be here for a sentencing at 4 o'clock today, so he'll be here anyway. Desiree Wing, you have until 4 o'clock this afternoon to get here for your sentence. And otherwise, a bench warrant will issue for your arrest. Christopher Shipe was set for sentencing this morning. He is unrepresented. He was charged with driving without a valid operator's license. He pled to no ops ever in possession. I gave him a handwritten notice in the courtroom telling him to appear here today. He was also to pay on an unpaid ticket and to bring information about attempting to get his license back. He isn't here.
Jesus.
Good morning. I'm looking for Christopher Shipe. All right. Thanks.
Oh,
Bye.
did I just pull
He's
that
not here.
chat up on screen? Whoopsie. Shouldn't have done that. Oh, no.
I didn't see any evidence that he had paid off the ticket that he owes here. And he's not here now. He knows the date. I gave it to him personally. To a bench warrant. $500 cash only bond. That may pay off this ticket and the other unpaid tickets. And we have to do a 48-hour hold. Mr. Shipe, I would call you, but I don't have a phone number. I also asked staff to run a new driving record to see if anything else had come up. 48-hour hold before we issue the bench warrant. So Mr. Shipe, if you do come rolling in here, we'll address it. It was set for 10:30. It's now 10:40. Somehow I have a suspicion that you're not coming today. All right, we'll stop the record. We have a difficult drinking driving sentence at 11, and we'll be back in a few minutes for that case. Mr. Shipe, you need to
All right, guys. Hella is going to be streaming in a few minutes. I'm going to redirect y'all over there. She is talking about geofence data and what it involves, or how it is involved in like the Brian Kohberger case, and how the feds and the glowies like to use cell phone data. So that should be very interesting. So I'm going to redirect y'all over there. I'll post the link in chat because half Irish, you are the best. Thank you. Okay. So there's the link for that. Okay. God damn it. Now he bought a house with a gremlin. Chat, you are bad. You are very bad. Am I quiet? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I am quiet. Why am I quiet? This is weird. Weird. There we go. Oh yeah, he's still with Chandler. I'm not sure why you're mentioning Chandler and after that. You're quieter ever since you're muted like a boomer. God damn it. All right. Yeah, I've been having issues with this. I need to look at my mic. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to end now. Tomorrow tomorrow morning I will do Judge Fleischer at 10 a.m. Maybe we'll get a trial if he's live tomorrow. Assuming he remembers to turn the stream on and everything. And then I plan to, Justin, I plan to go at 4:30 Eastern, same time tomorrow. Probably, I don't know, we'll figure out something. Probably check in with Judge Simpson. So yeah, it's been fun, guys. I am going to send y'all over to Hellas. See you guys there. Godspeed.